So this is going to be a setup for pot chest. This is different than what I did in my first video. It has different item requirements and some peculiarities of its own. To start off this save file, I've just entered Goron City and I've talked to Darunia's son to open the doors. I haven't done anything else. This is about the minimum inventory that you'll need. We don't really need the Deku stick, I just have it so that I can reach items on my pause screen. That may or may not actually be necessary. And I picked up the pocket egg to have something to equip swap bugs over, because we're going to be using bugs multiple times. Also, I started with 10 chews. I used one for Darunia's son, and we have 9 left for the rest of the setup, which will be exactly enough. So, the first thing we're going to do is head down to Darunia's room. And as we head into the room, we're going to drop bugs and pull out hookshot. And once we're in the room, we're going to break all 3 of the pots, and we'll collect the rupees just so those are not allocated. Right. And then leaving the room, we're going to drop a chew and pull out hookshot. And we're going to go back in. We need some bugs here. Need to drop 2 chews. Now this is probably the most difficult allocation step. It's not really difficult, but you have to make sure that you are holding a charged spin when you enter the room. But if you know where the loading plane is, it's sort of right behind the carpet that's outside. It's not hard to make sure that you are holding the spin slash while the chew and bugs are still. Once you're in here, if you're using GZ to practice, you can use the actor menu in debug actors to just check where things are loaded. So these pots are a good marker for that. This one, for instance, is loaded at 801F4910. You can see it on the left there. And the addresses of the 3 pots should end in 910, 750, and 470, as they do here. Now, on the way out of Darunia's room, we're going to drop 3 chews and pull out hookshot. And now our allocation is all set up, so we're ready to do a superslide here. But what we need to do is we need to have the pot on the right here break when we do the superslide. We need to have it break, and we need the rupee that's in it to be allocated. So that means you don't want to break the pot and, you don't want to just break it to get it out of the way, because that rupee has to be allocated. So one way to do this is use the chew that hits the pot on the right to start your superslide. I don't know of a great setup for doing that, so I'm just going to cut to after I've done the superslide. Okay, so after doing the superslide, we're down to 2 chews. We are holding the unloaded pot in our hands, and now we need to get a specific angle. The angle that we need to get now is D740. So I have Link's angle is the first watch that I have up on screen on the right. You can see it changing there. And in order to get D740, what we're going to do is we're going to come over here. We're going to target this wall here, and we're going to release target, hold forward for a second, and retarget, and that's going to adjust our angle slightly to match with the camera. So you'll see it goes from 89FB to 89F4. And then once we've done that, we're going to do a few ESS turns to get here to D74C. I said we needed D740, so we're quite close. We're going to adjust our angle once again, and that's going to bring it a little closer to what we need. And then we're going to do a few ESS turns to 177 here. One more adjustment takes us down by 7, which is exactly the amount that we needed. So we get back to D740. So now that we have this angle, we need to walk back into the main room while staying at this angle. And you want to make sure that when the main room loads, you're not sidewalking, because you can see that if I walk slightly to the side of up, Link is actually going at a different angle, whereas if I just sidewalk, he's facing at the angle we want him to be facing. So we'll go to the door and then just sort of sidewalk in here, and the main room is loaded, so we can drop this. So now we've actually done all of the SRM. The draw function of the pot over there is overwritten. However, this SRM has an unfortunate side effect of breaking the actor list, which is bad news for us if we want to use items in order to change item value of the pot. So what we're going to do to fix that is we're going to come over here and break some of these pots. And breaking them in a good order is going to fix the actor list. So out of these three, we have to break the one in the middle before we break the one on the right. The one on the left you can do in either order. So we could do like left, middle, right. Now things are okay. Now we can actually set up some item values. So the watch that I have below Link's angle, which currently reads D8, is what's going to be the item value of the pot chest if we open it. You can see if I get close over here, I get open on my A button, so indeed I have a pot chest set up over there. So in order to manipulate that D8, what we're going to have to do is come over here and stand between the two rooms to where both Darunia's room and the main room are loaded at the same time. Standing here is just going to fill up enough memory that we're able to reach that D8 that we need to change. And then, in order to actually change it, we are going to use bugs again and our final chew. So we're going to drop bugs. Add our last two chews and then pull hookshot. You can see that that address changed. It's now 0. You can also see that when I shoot hookshot, it changes even further. So now every time I shoot hookshot, we're actually writing to the item value of the chest for as long as hookshot remains in my hands. So I'm making sure to keep a negative or 0 item value as I walk over here. If this gets positive, and anything 80 or greater is negative, so I don't want something smaller than 80. If it were smaller than 80, I would just collect whatever item it is automatically, and the pot chest would break, and we would be done. So with the hookshot still in hand, I'm going to go over here. Now, of course, a problem that we have is that we are out of bomb chews. So first thing we're going to do is refill our bomb chews. So coming to this corner here, we can do a backflip, side hop, side roll, dry roll, side hop. And then I think it's 3 ESS turns. Yeah, 3 ESS turns. You see that the item value is 9.5 now. So if we open the chest... Alright, that was 20 bomb chews. Let's do it again, why not? So, I mean, we can really fill up on chews. Alright, now we're maxed out on chews. If we want to get more items, we can repeat the process. So we can go over here. We can get more bugs. Again, drop 2 chews, pull out hookshot. Item value is back to 0. So now we could just keep repeating this process over and over again and getting items. But that would mean having to equip swap and drop bugs every time, and that's a little on the slow side. So one thing we can do to get around that is to pick a specific item for our next item. So the setup I'm going to do here is to go into the corner, which is actually right here, even though visually it doesn't look like it is. And I'm going to side hop side roll, and then ESS back towards facing the wall, and shoot hookshot, and that is going to set item value to FC. So for our second item, sorry, I said item value, it's get item value that we're setting to FC, which corresponds to bow. Bow is not item value FC. Okay, so now we have bow, and now we're in a pretty good situation to get the rest of whatever items we want, because now we can equip bow and not even have to think about bugs anymore. So again, we go back over here, our allocation setup becomes drop a chew, shoot 1, 2, 3 arrows, drop another chew, pull out hookshot. And you can see, once again, we're ready to manipulate our item values. And so from here, you can just go and get however many items you want. You got plenty of arrows and plenty of chews, so you can keep repeating this process and enjoy.